This is Michael Spedden, and welcome to Fowl Players Radio, your one-stop shop for all of your pop culture needs. We feature interviews from musicians, actors, comics, dancers, authors, and much, much more, up-and-coming artists and beloved favorites. We've got it all, people on stage, backstage, out front, and behind the scenes. Sit back and relax. Let's have some fun.
This is Eric Surratt from Baumenkinder, and you're listening to Michael Spedden on Fowl Players Radio.
Hi, folks. This is Jay David, and you're listening to Fowl Players Radio.
Hey, this is Gina Alicia from Nightwind. You are listening to Fowl Players Radio with Michael Spedden.
Hey folks, Michael Spedden here. We just finished interviewing the Almas again. The Almas were just on my 97 Underground show and decided to bring Frank and Crystal over to talk about their upcoming tour. They're going to be heading out in August to hit the East Coast, and they're going to have two other legs of their tour that's going to keep them out there until October. And dates are going to be posted on their website as they're confirmed, almastheband.com. I will have links to that website and all of their socials and everything. You can get to all of their socials through the Almas website, and all of their socials, I believe, are at almastheband.com. So make sure you check all that out and get a chance to see them if they're coming to a city near you. They're well worth checking out. So, folks, we will be back right after these words with the Almas.
Hi, this is Kim of Kim's Crypt, and you're listening to Fowl Players Radio.
Hi, this is John from A Day in Pompeii, and you are listening to Fowl Players Radio.
And welcome back to another episode of Fowl Players Radio. I'm Michael Spedden, and today we have all the way from the great state of Wisconsin, the town of New Munster, Wisconsin. We have the Almas with us today. We have Frank and Crystal, and I happened to meet these folks, a couple months ago. They performed over at Morseburger's Tavern in Catonsville, and I was fed some of their material at 97 Underground and started playing it and got a chance to come meet them and a couple of other bands that night. It was a really great show. And so welcome, guys. You guys are very busy. And
yes.
Thank
you for having us.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, yeah.
Absolutely. So welcome to the show. So as my father always said, busy hands are happy hands, right? But sometimes it gets a little hectic. So tell us what's going on. You were just on the road and you're getting ready to go out, huh?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we've had a little time off here, like a month and a half or so or something like that. Yeah, but we're getting out. August 13th is our first show of the tour, which will be about 2 months long.
Okay.
Roughly. Yeah, so we'll be out for some time. So we kind of needed the break,
Yeah.
But, but even when we're home, we've been working on some like music videos and lyric videos and stuff for the upcoming releases, which we should be releasing one here soon.
Yeah, we haven't set a date yet, but that will be announced very, very soon.
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful.
And you'll be the first to get it.
I'll be the first to get it. You'll be the first to hear it on 97 Underground,
Yeah.
That's excellent. That's excellent. So, but yeah, taking some time and everything, because the thing is that, a lot of people don't realize, that touring, going out on the road for extended periods of time, you get a chance to play, you get to follow your dream, but it ain't always glamorous,
No. Not at all.
And I think, Frank, you and I were talking when I interviewed you for 97 Underground, the way, especially, when you're younger and, you may not always have the most resources, for, no tour bus, with beds and all that other stuff in it, it was called, the correct answer is U-Haul. and
Yeah.
you'll pack about 10 sweaty people in the back of a U-Haul and drive from Baltimore to New York, and you're gonna like it, damn it, you know.
Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do, man.
Yep. Oh, I can remember. We were just like, some of the band trips that I remember taking to New York, 35 years ago. We were doing CBGBs, and we had a bunch of friends that wanted to go, so we rented a U-Haul, or it was a rider, and we put a couch and all of our gear back there and a couple of other things, and we had a bunch of people riding in the back, and it's a miracle nobody died of carbon monoxide poisoning or
Right.
nobody got pulled over for none of us got pulled over for suspicion of human trafficking or anything like that. But we did what we had to do. The show must go on.
Yes. Oh yeah, I remember our first tours. We would sleep across just the bench seats. We had a smaller van at the time. There were 4 of us. And so we had 2 bench seats in the back of the van, and then there was, of course, the captain's chairs up in the front. But the next row back also had 2 captain's chairs. So the 2 members, the drummer and the bassist, they got the benches. But Chris and I had to sleep either sitting up in the seats, or we would sleep across the 2 captain's chairs. But we would put like coolers in between the 2, so at least your back wouldn't sit down.
But you a back full of the seat belt. So.
Yeah, so we did a whole tour like that, a whole month. It's a month long. We did it like that. Yeah, that was rough, man. That was rough.
Oh, it is, but it's called paying your dues, But that's a lot of people when they're young. They're just very meager accommodations. You shower where you can. You got your clothes, you got your equipment, but you realize that you're on a pretty tight budget, going from town to town, and there's always, I'm sure, the thought of something happening to the truck, an accident or a breakdown or something. Just knock on wood and la 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 la, just
exactly.
Heaven forbid.
Like that squeak should go away soon.
Right. Yeah, the squeak. No, that was the radio. Yeah,
it's fine.
Right.
Feel a little soft. Maybe we just worked them in all right.
Yeah, it's fine.
Good. It's okay. We're just in the mountains.
That's a true story.
Yeah. Oh boy. Well, tell me.
All right.
That one.
Yeah. So our drummer at the time, he was driving and at night, and we park. All good, right? I get up in the morning, hop in the driver's seat, my foot goes right to the floor. And I'm like, what's going on? Like the brakes are done. Like you got no brakes. And so I wake up our drummer. I'm like, hey man, like, was there anything wrong last night? He goes, yeah, the brakes were kind of soft. I'm like, kind of soft? Like they're all the way to the floor. And we're up in the mountains. And the only place is down the mountain that can repair it. It's a Sunday. And so I was like, well, we got van and trailer. So I'm like, well, I guess we're going down the mountain with no brakes. And so I kept my foot, I kept that sucker in first gear and had my foot over the emergency brake. And that was it. Oh, yeah. I just had to push on the emergency brake and release it, and just keep going down the mountain.
But luckily we got up. We like, I shouldn't say we. Frank likes to get up super early in the morning. And we had a show that night. So if he wouldn't have gotten up early and realized that, we never would have made it down the mountain in time to get the vehicle repaired to then go to the show.
Yeah, we were on time too. It was perfect.
But we had the band. I forget who we were on tour with at the time, but we had them on speed dial to come pick us up and be like, "Hey, can we like borrow some gear?"
It wasn't Raina Z, was it?
I think it might have been
Raina Z.
It might have even been Raina Z.
I think it was.
And we were like, hey, if you guys can unload your stuff, come and pick up some of our stuff.
Yeah.
And then we'll
like
make
swap
it to the
trailers
show.
or something.
We'll swap
but
out.
No.
But
we
made it in time. It was all good, but that was sketchy.
And that same repair is still held today.
It has.
It is still going good.
Well, hey, great. Well, it was done right. It was done right.
Yep.
In my days of playing in bands, and then when I was younger too, I would also make money roadieing.
Okay.
And there were a number of like older bands that kind of took us under their wing, and we got to go out and roadie for them, and and then that way we would kind of learn the ropes, help them make some money, the whole thing. So I can remember one time. It wasn't my truck, but I was with a friend of mine's band. We were going through the Baltimore Harbor Tunnel, and an entire wheel came off of the truck and just started rolling. And
Oh my God.
yeah, I think they had to cancel the show that night. That was
Oh my God.
Oh my God. That's like a fear of mine. I always fear like the trailer's gonna lose the one wheel and it's gonna go flying past us. Oh yeah, luckily it's never happened yet. So.
Yeah, not yet. We have had the driver's front tire. It didn't even blow up. I don't know what happened, but the tread blew off the tire.
Yeah.
And it took out our step. Luckily, the step was off, but it never flew off of the vehicle.
Yeah.
It just ripped out of the bolts.
Yeah.
So when we pulled over, we just took the step off with, we could just lift it out.
Yeah,
but that was terrible.
We had stopped for gas. We were about like an hour and a half out from the venue. And all of a sudden I see like a bubble, but not on the sidewall, on the tread. And I'm like, oh, wow, like I've never seen that before. I'm like, well, I guess I aired it down, dropped 20 pounds in it. I'm like, okay, maybe we can limp this thing
to like the next town
until the next town or at least to the show, and then I can swap it. I get probably 10 minutes down the road, all of a sudden the whole vehicle's shaking, and then boom. And the tread, like Chris said, the tread flew off of it and wrapped its way around like the brake lines and everything.
Yeah.
But the wheel still held air. All the tread was gone. But the inner tube was still there. It was insane. Luckily, we had a spare. Yeah, it was brutal. I was like, whoa. But luckily, it didn't, break the brake lines or anything when it wrapped itself up. I was able to get it out and change it. And it was fine. But yeah.
You just had to hop in the vehicle without a step.
Yeah, totally step was all busted to hell.
I know, because and the thing is too is like when something like that happens, there's never an ideal place for that to happen. It's always going to happen when you're in the mountains, or that could well have happened in Midtown Manhattan as well as Washington D.C. or somewhere like that, or in a tunnel or somewhere else. The dark side of touring.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And like I make sure we maintain everything and we inspect before we get in the vehicle every time. And these tires were lightly used that we had bought at the end of the previous tour we were on. They still had a ton of tread. I'm like, we need a new tire, so we quickly bought some used ones, a ton of tread. I guess they were really bad. Yeah. So because we inspected everything and tons of tread were still good. Always do the walk around, but nope.
No,
not that time.
Well, it's like, and we did a count. I think this last tour that we completed was either our 26th or 27th tour in the band's history for how long we've been together, and we've only started touring in 2019. And then we have a year we don't speak about. But then
2020.
Continuing on, it's 26 tours, not excluding weekenders or just weekend shows, but full week long, like three weeks plus tour length. It's like,
we don't consider it a tour unless it's 3 weeks.
Yeah.
right.
So
but it's like, but all that time, and only a handful of horror stories of tires or black ice or whatever. There's only a couple. It's like
we're pretty lucky though when it comes to the vehicle. So
yeah, that year we won't talk about. I lost my rear end that year too. I mean, no shows for over a year, and finally we're back on track and everything now. But boy, that was terrible. That was just terrible.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
The next tours after that, like, were the stinkiest shows we've ever played.
Right.
Because we shower at Planet Fitnesses. We don't do the hotel room thing. So we're sleeping in a van at the time, and Walmart's closed. They're not 24 hours anymore, so we can't really sleep there because girl in the band, I need a bathroom. And Planet Fitnesses wouldn't let you in to shower.
Yeah, you couldn't shower. So
we were like, okay, I guess we just baby wipe it the whole tour.
Yeah, a whole month of baby wiping. And the band we were on tour with, they like got hotel rooms every night. So every so often we asked them like, hey, can we shower?
Oh no, we didn't ask. They told us. They were like, hey, I think it's time you shower.
Yeah, but we would get to the venues and we would sink shower, get the shampoo in our hair in the sink and do the pits and everything. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's yeah. Some people walk in and go, God, this band really stinks. They're like, they sound good to me. No, they stink.
Yeah. Yeah, that getting out of COVID, that was pretty rough, those first couple tours, because
No.
everything was still opening up and everything. But yeah, it was rough.
Right. Well, yeah, but I mean, I think it's great that you have the ability, to, take the time to be able to go do these tours and then, be able to come back and work and then go back again. It's good when you can get that arrangement because not all employers are that way, but hey, good for you.
I have to say, our Frank and I work at the same place, and our boss is probably like #1 fan.
Yeah.
Like top supporter of the band. So
there's
very fortunate.
Nothing wrong with that. And there's finding somebody who's supportive of something like that that's worth its weight in gold right there. Absolutely. I have, I've had with the job I have, I've got pretty good flexibility. If I need to, if I have to go to New York to shoot something or anywhere really, they're fine with it. They're fine with it. And, I've been there for a long time, well over 20 years. So I've got, sick vacation time, that I can use. I think if I added up, I'm probably on vacation more than I'm there now. I don't know, but it's good to have it. It's definitely good to have it and everything. And so, well, this is awesome. You're getting back out on the road again, and you've got a good following. I think I mean, if you're able to continue doing this, I mean, you're not going out playing empty room after empty room. I'm sure.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's still those empty rooms.
Well, sure, but yeah.
But no, no, definitely. I think I might have told you the last tour we had, that was probably our best turnout consistently on a tour. And, we've been doing this ourselves. We're all DIY, man. I mean, we do it all ourselves. The advertising, everything's just done by us. And just doing the grind and shaking hands is starting to pay off a little bit. We're starting to just see more people, which is really nice. It's reassuring. And, so we're excited to see what this tour brings, and
right.
Yeah, we're going in some of our favorite areas anyways. The East, we're going east to Zen West, Bayou, Baltimore there, and then we're going down south into Florida. So all that, the whole East and South there has always been our stronghold for the most part. So we're excited.
Well, that's awesome. I'm glad that you're getting out again and getting to see a lot of the cities that you do well in, and but I'm sure that as we talked about before too, that and because of the risk of breaking down the different terrains that you're in and everything, you say the East Coast does you pretty well. So
yeah.
A lot of the states and cities are closer together, unlike when you go out west, which even on this tour we are going out west too.
No.
But we will be crossing the Rockies, all that good stuff. But the East, those states out west are just really big. There's not a lot in between the major cities, and it's tough. It's tough going out that way.
Yep, top that gas off, man.
Oh, I know.
Yep. Oh, well, that's wonderful. That's absolutely wonderful. So, you've been working on new material too. Is there anything that you haven't released? I mean, are you playing it, but you just haven't officially released it yet, or are you going to wait for it to officially come out?
Yeah, actually, we are playing a whole new set. So the set that you saw is actually with our brand new EP that's unreleased. So at that point, we only released All Fucked Up. I think I can say that's the song title, if that's okay. Okay. I was like, oh no, we forgot to ask. But that song was just released at the time that we played and got to meet you in person. And so the next single coming out, I think we can at least say it. We've been talking about it. Is called Strays. So Strays will be our next release. We just haven't set a date for it.
Correct.
But yeah, we've got that song. We've got 4 more aside from that one. So it'll be a 6-track EP that we're going to be putting out. And We are actually any day now receiving the CDs for it.
Yes.
So we'll be
good.
out on the road selling them physically, even though not every song on the EP will be released digitally.
Yep, because we're trying to drive people to come out to a show. You know, it's easy to listen to stuff online or watch a concert online. So we're trying to create incentives. Say, people, if you come out to the show, you can have the album, you can have the vinyl, you can have the CD early. Because we're not going to release the whole thing online. We're going to release song by song because that's how the game's played. But if you're going to show up at a show, you get the music. I mean, that's a kind of a thank you. You know, here you go. You can have it early.
Well, great.
You know?
Great. Well, that's a great incentive to come out, and you get some swag as well as getting to see the material done, you know, in person. Very good, very good. So, now the last time I saw you, you've got on your website, it looks like your permanent lineup now is 3 people that are full-time members of the band, and you brought a touring drummer with you.
Yes.
Have you filled the 4th spot in your band, or are you just kind of keeping it as 3 people now and then hiring if you need?
Yeah, at the moment we don't have a solid full-time drummer at the moment. So Frank, Josh, and myself round out the 3-piece so far. But so yeah, we're looking for a drummer to solidify and commit the time. The drummer we're working with right now, Kevin's a great guy. He's awesome to work with. He's really smart and he knows what he knows his stuff. So we're very happy to have him, but he also has his own band that he's working with. So
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so we've never discussed him being
the full commitment.
The full commitment, because we know he has other projects and he is really devoted and focused on that too. So so right now we'll take what we can get from Kevin.
Yeah.
Sure. He's a good drummer. I mean, I would definitely take what you could get from him. If you can get him full time, even better. But yeah, he was great. The whole band sounded great. When I saw you.
Thank you.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was but definitely well worth coming down to see. And I like going out and discovering new music. And I can slap the people in my age group. I'm Gen X. I'm probably, I'm a good bit older than you guys, and it seems like everybody's cutoff or something was back in the 80s. And the thing that I want to slap people in my age group over is that, like, there's tons of great stuff out there. There's I mean, I think I've got to be up to about 30 or 35 bands from, I call the part of my show the Mid-Atlantic Music Marathon. Because I support most of the bands that I get are from Maryland, PA, Virginia, New Jersey, Delaware, New York, West Virginia sometimes, but I do get bands from outlying states like you. I've had a few from Georgia, Indiana, Illinois, Arizona, but I kind of lump you all in together, just call it the Mid-Atlantic Music Marathon. But I do it, but I say, and I also have a segment too, because I have some connections with some record labels in Europe and other parts of this country too. And they send stuff that's good. There are bands out there putting out great music, especially like in Scandinavia and in Europe. In Europe, heavy metal never died.
Right. Exactly.
If you go like nowadays, if you were to go see like UFO, Saxon, you're going to go to a club like Morseburgers and see them. But, in Europe, they're still doing stadiums. That never went away from those guys,
Oh, yeah. I remember when we were in the UK, they were just playing music on the radio and stuff in the different shops. And I was like, this stuff's in like 2000s. And everyone's rocking this older stuff. I'm like, this is great. This is awesome. Everybody loves the older stuff over there too. They just love that style of hard rock and stuff. And
they do. They really do.
We always talked about it. Like, if the band made it big in Europe, that's fine. We don't ever have to tour the US again. Like, if we can just tour over there and do a handful of shows and have some packed out shows, that's good enough for me.
Right. Right there. And then also like in Brazil, Brazil, heavy metal's really big there too. Brazil and
Mhm.
Argentina. In Japan too. Japan
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just love music.
Yeah. I know
Mhm.
Kevin or Phil in right now. He's a booking agent. He talks about Japan and this and that and
Mhm.
a lot of stuff like that. I think his band had an opportunity to go.
No.
So
Right.
maybe we can weasel ourselves in and be like, "Hey, Kevin, let's do Japan, man."
Oh yeah. Well, why not? But the thing is, and what I was also trying to say is that the people, their mind cuts off, and they won't
Mhm.
even try new music. It's like freaking green eggs and ham with these people. It's like there's plenty of great stuff out here. I have that, another part on my show that I call Yes, Virginia. There is great new music out there. And I usually play, 20 minutes. That's usually a 20-minute segment. And then the Mid-Atlantic one is a half hour, roughly 29 minutes, like the size of the time that we did for your interview.
Sure.
And, there's all this great stuff out there. But the thing that kills me, and, and I'll say it too, is these tribute bands. I hate that. The AC/DC tribute, you know,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Yep. Because everyone goes to that because they're like, "Oh, I know the music," and they go and enjoy it, and they
yeah,
No.
and yeah, and then but they never discover anything new. You're
right,
always stuck.
right.
You're always stuck with the same stuff over and over and over.
Mm-hmm.
And not to mention, the tribute bands, they'll go and play, 2-3 hours in these clubs, and every bar wants that because people are going to come out and they
Mm-hmm.
don't want to take a chance on a band who's going to play 45 minutes and music they never heard of,
Right,
so
right.
it hurts the bands a lot,
It
it really
does.
does.
It does. And you get these people, and a lot of the people that come, and I'll tell you this too, the people that come see your band, if they're musicians, they're probably also in original bands.
Mm-hmm.
The
Yep.
people that go see tribute bands are non-musicians.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
100% right. Yep.
They're non-musicians. They're people who they sit around and they listen to those radio stations that play Bachman Turner Overdrive 10 times a day. And
Yeah.
not that there's anything wrong with hey, I love BTO, but come
Right.
on. There's the Almas. We
Yeah.
got the Almas, we got Wicked, we got Schizo Calypso, we've got Red Dye Number 9, we've got Red Rain, we've got Chatterbox, we got Black Leg Minor. Here, I just rattled off 10 bands that I play on my show that have great music out there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go hear AC/DC band again. And the thing is, some of these bands suck too.
Some do. Some are horrible.
God, oh God. And the thing is too is that I try to walk the line because I don't want to get people to like not like me or my show.
Sure.
But I do like to, get on my soapbox once in a while.
Oh, and rightly so.
Yeah, I put up something on Facebook once I got a lot of flack about, and I said, looking for a flat singing falsetto singer for a tribute band. Please. Inquiries post that I put like under the comments. Post your tapes in the comments, and they'll get back to you. But
Oh my
yeah.
That's
Oh man,
great.
God, it's too much. It's just it's so bad. And I'm like, and I tell people too, I said, there was a time when you'd never heard of Judas Priest or you'd never heard of AC/DC.
Sure.
Look, there's great other people,
Yeah.
you could be ignoring the next Back in Black, I mean,
Exactly.
yeah.
It's true. I think the other problem too is when people back in the day would discover bands is because people like you would spin it on the radio or you'd see the flyer at your local club that had a band. And you're like, I got nothing to do this Friday night. I'm going to go. Nowadays, everything's curated for you. So your YouTube, your Spotify, all this, it's curated to things you already like. So if you like AC/DC, it's only going to give you stuff that's in AC/DC, which is anything from 70s, 80s. It's going to keep you in this box. It's never going to, you're never going to discover anything because the algorithm's only going to give you what you like.
Right.
You still have to go and discover it, but people don't know where to go and discover bands anymore. What are you going to type into YouTube, like new rock bands? It's just not that easy. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
And so it's very difficult. And of course, venues and stuff are slacking on the promotion because they want your Facebook and Spotify numbers to be high, but because they think you're going to bring in all the people when half of those numbers are inflated anyways.
I know.
So
Yeah.
And even the ones that aren't inflated, it's like, okay, let's say you have 100,000 people following you.
Mm-hmm.
The internet is worldwide.
Yeah, it's 100,000
So
people
what
around the
percentage
world.
of that is that one city that this venue is in? It's like, that's a really bad number. And we don't have 100,000 followers.
You know, it's tough, man. The game has changed so much. You know, I'm sure you noticed. You know, and it changes. It feels like it changes every year, and we're in it right now. You know, it's tough. It's not easy.
Yeah. Oh, without a doubt. I mean, that was, I mean, my big times of playing in bands were from 87 to 94, and then from 05 until pandemic or that year. Okay. Right before, it was like right at the beginning of that year, right before, and then that was it. So it was a lot different too. And I don't know if you all are old enough to remember, but without social media, and actually, I've just interviewed Rudy Sarzo from Quiet Riot, and he was saying the same thing. Without social media, for your band to have any kind of a draw or any kind of a following, you had to have a presence in these clubs. And that meant that you had to be out there handing out flyers, hanging out. Even if you weren't able to, couldn't afford to drink or anything that night, you were there handing out flyers, giving out, flyers, demo tapes, shaking hands, kissing babies, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah. You had to get in people's faces, man.
Yeah, and if you wanted to play, you better have been seen doing that. That club owner said, you better be out here, and years later, like around 05, I went out and I tried the flyer again. So I went to this place where I was booked, handing out flyers. People were like, what's this? And I was like, what do you mean, what's this? Years ago, people would be like, oh, cool, let me see, But now everybody's like, what's this? They looked at me like I was, like I sneezed on their lunch or something, I said, what is this? I said, well, you see, that's us. And this is the name of the club. And you see that date? That's when we're going to be here. And I'd like you to come. So that's why I'm giving this to you. Oh, okay, whatever. So it's like, I wasn't even done in the room and half of them were on the floor. I was like, geez.
Wow.
Yeah, it's rough. Yeah.
Yeah, it sure is. It sure is, So, I mean, I guess that it's a lot fancier nowadays to promote yourself online and stuff, but it still isn't the same.
No, not at all.
No, and a lot of, as weird as it is, I guess it's always fallen on the bands to promote themselves and everything. But I feel it's 20 times worse now. And like I was saying, with the inflated numbers and everything, the venues are really getting screwed over too. Because you got bands who have these inflated numbers, and they're coming in these venues saying, "Oh, I've got X amount of streams, I'm super popular," and then they charge the venue tons of money, and the venue thinks you're going to bring a bunch of people. Then you don't because no one advertised right, this and that, and it's tough, man. And a lot of it, again, the venues also blame the bands too now. It's like they want you to do the advertising, the promotion. I can't tell you how many promoters we work with. Not Nick, he's awesome. But Nick Ellison.
Yeah.
But how many promoters did they book the show and then that's it? I'm like, aren't you a promoter? Aren't you supposed to promote that we got this awesome event going on, this awesome show, and it never happens? So how's a band from Wisconsin supposed to promote in Florida? We can't hand out flyers unless you pay a street team or something.
Right.
But no one's gonna accept the flyer anyways. So it's tough, man.
And we put paid advertisement behind every single show we play.
Yeah.
But it does take the venue to also promote. Like we had on this last tour, there was a venue. The venue page itself never once even announced the show.
Yeah.
So no visibility on the events page. The promoter made a post on announcement day, and then I think 5 days before the show, they made a second post.
That's it.
Never ran a single advertisement for it. 2 posts, and that's it. The bands themselves that we were playing with made 1 or 2 posts, which was shared because the promoter made them collaborators. So they didn't even make the post; they just accepted a collaboration.
Yeah.
And we're over here running paid advertisements for, the 2 weeks before the show, and then all of the other posts that we make saying, "Hey, we're coming to this city," and we were told that we weren't doing enough. It's
What?
like there's only so much that we can try and do,
Especially when you're getting paid peanuts.
Yeah.
And it's tough. And especially too, Facebook and Instagram, those have older demographics in them too. And I say older, like it's like people in their 30s are in Facebook, but anybody younger, they're on TikTok and stuff. TikTok also doesn't work that way. I don't believe you can target your show on TikTok and
you can. It just is very.
It's just not the same. It's very difficult, and so how you get an older, younger generation to come out to these clubs? I don't know. It's very, very tough unless you're going viral or some crap, and by some crazy chance you're picked up by the algorithm and they see it. But how are venues supposed to do TikTok? How are they supposed to do that and get a following that? I don't know. It's tough. And a lot of people who own the venues, venue owners, they're old heads. And just so those strategies don't work anymore. The old strategies, unfortunately, they don't.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
But trying to figure out the new one, it's a luck of the draw because it's an AI algorithm that's doing it. So how are you supposed to promote a business and build yourself, especially on a larger scale when you're fighting a computer?
Oh, I know. I know.
That's it's truth. Tough, man. I don't know. Now I'm on my soapbox. And to get off.
Right. Well, another tough thing too is that the second time I'd stopped playing music for a while, and when I came back, I was like 36 at the time. No 22-year-old wants to see me at that age, or the people that have the all the money in the world to piss away on beer and going out and everything. The people that were my friends that used to see me back between 87 and 94, they all have kids and they got to be up at 7 o'clock on a Sunday morning to take their kids to soccer practice, and all their money's going to that. So it's tougher too, and a lot of time just good is not good enough.
That's true.
Finding a way to get the people into the club. I mean, it's one of those ancient mysteries, like the riddle of the Sphinx or something. It's just one of those things, and
it's got to be written in hieroglyphs.
Yeah,
it's got to be.
It's in one of those secret tunnels under the main pyramid.
Pyramids that they haven't discovered yet.
Right,
you bring people to gigs.
Right. Well, they discovered it, but it's protected because the minute you walk in the room and shine your light on it, like 1,000 cobras come out of the wall and and they're
right. Forever a secret.
Yeah, forever a secret.
It's like like Indiana Jones or something. That's secret, sacred information that'll never get out there. Oh boy. So getting around, you're touring and everything. Is there anybody in particular that you're playing shows with, or you're going to be like touring with, or are you going to have like a couple of people here and a couple of people there while you do this?
We're playing mostly with the locals for the cities that we're coming into.
Okay.
Towards the second half of this tour, we've got a handful of dates that we're going back out with Crashing Wayward. Out of Vegas.
Yeah, they're very, very good band. You should check them out.
Yeah,
Great
they're
songs.
incredible. So we love those guys, and we went out with them in March. And we had such a great time. We were hoping we could get some more dates with them later on in the year, and we were able to snag them for a handful of shows. So we're really excited for that.
So we're doing West Coast stuff with them, right? Or West?
Yep, some West stuff. So like Arizona, we're playing Vegas, which is our first time in Vegas. It's their hometown. Some California dates with them, and it's gonna be a good time.
Yeah,
wonderful. Well, that sounds good too. Who are you doing this leg of the tour with the East Coast area, especially the Zen West show?
Just locals.
Just the local support. Yep, we're just coming in on our own.
Okay, good. Well, again, we'll be sure to put all this information in the show notes as well. So if you come and look at this episode, it'll be there. So everybody
Awesome.
to come out and see. And we'll also put links to your website, almastheband.com, with all your merch, all your dates, the pictures of you, your pictures, your bio, contact information. It's all there. It's a nice website too.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Crystal did that all herself. She's
wow.
Yeah. Like I said, we do everything ourselves here, so that's all her.
Yeah,
she gets all the credit for that one.
It's impressive.
I like web design, so I've been hired by a couple of bands to help them out. So it's fun. I like doing it.
Very good. It looks great. It really looks great. And you've also got your store. Again, you can clothe an entire family, and an entire extended family with all the choices that you have here. It looks like men's and women's t-shirts, and then it looks like I think I see some jackets and hoodies. And you also are selling your albums, CDs and albums here. And there's also links to all of your social media. So hey, I mean, it's a really nice looking website. And you can also get on their email. There's a place where you can subscribe and get updates on email. Really nicely done. Really nicely done. So definitely check it out. It's almastheband.com, because apparently, sometimes great minds think alike. And I think there's another Almas out there, isn't there?
Yep.
I think there is, yeah.
Only one.
Right.
Right, and that's in Oregon.
Right.
Yeah.
Or Washington.
One of them. Either way.
Northwest,
Yeah, they have thealmas.com, which frustrates me a lot.
I know.
One day I'm gonna get it.
Right.
One day they're gonna shut it down, and when they forget to renew it, I'm gonna be right there to get it. That's it. That's mine.
Well, that's a tough thing in show business anyhow, is coming up with an original name, because there have been legal battles over band names for years.
Yep.
And of course, when you get lawyers involved, it just gets ugly from that point.
So what's crazy is, like, so right now we trademarked the name, the logo, and the name, the Almas, which we can do, because we've done more business as the Almas than the other one.
Yeah.
But the thing is, so we have a trademark in all the other states and everywhere else, and everywhere except Oregon or Washington, wherever they're from.
Yeah, it's just that one state.
That one state we can go in there, but we have to put like the Almas band or something. We can't roll
the Almas from Wisconsin.
From Wisconsin, or we can't use the Almas over there. Which I'm like, really?
Right.
And the other one hasn't done anything for 4 or 5 years.
They play one open mic a year.
Yeah, so and it's one guy now. I mean,
no.
So, but they're aware of us.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
my favorite post when we became aware of each other, we noticed a post that they made, because we toured out. I think it's Oregon, because we played in Portland.
Yeah.
And right after that show, they made a post that says the one and only Almas, hashtag the original Almas, hashtag Wisconsin sucks.
Yeah, that's what they did. And I commented back, I'm like, well, that wasn't very nice.
Wisconsin's not that bad, really.
Yeah. So we actually talked about playing a show together in Oregon, both Almas. Yeah. But I haven't talked to them in years now.
Right, and this one guy, so technically he should just be the Alma.
Yeah, it's just
exactly.
the Alma.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Alma and the Almas. There you go.
Exactly. See, we can find a compromise here.
Right. Exactly. And it seems like he's just holding on to that name with they can pry it out of his cold dead fingers at the end.
Yep.
He really loves the name.
Yeah.
I guess the band was like a college band that these guys got together and played, like, and that's what it is. And they started in, I don't know, 08.
I think 16, or was it 08?
it was like a few years before us, but I mean they only played like 4 or 5. I think the most shows I ever played in a year was like 5.
Oh boy.
So
Well,
we yeah, as a company and a business, we've had our name in the public way longer, way more. I mean, they don't even have a solidified logo, so they don't even have a trademark. I mean, but yeah. we were trying to figure out what we could do about it, but we just can't use our name in Oregon.
Yeah.
boy.
That's about it. Anywhere else, they can't use their name.
Yeah.
Right.
They can't use it. It's really funny though.
It is. It is. You know,
Yeah,
and years ago, there was a problem like that with a band that was from around here. I don't know if you've heard of Kicks, but there was a band that kind of spun off of them. They were called Wrathchild, and they were from. But then there was a British band that was also called Wrathchild. So finally, I think it went to court, and Wrathchild from here had to call themselves, Wrathchild America, and then court made the one in call themselves Wrathchild UK, which it kind of lost something after that. I mean, everybody still loved the band.
Yeah.
But it was just like, yeah, you did that. So they ended up, I think they changed their names to Souls at Zero or something like that. Finally just gave up on that. But yeah. But that's why half the people out there use stage names too, because I mean, that's what I use, for acting, because I looked and when I got signed by my agent, I found out that there was another person, who's really, and is working in New York with the same, as my birth name. So I was like, well, I'm not going to do that. That's why a lot of people have that middle initial. A lot of actors use that middle initial. We have William H. Macy, who's on TV now, but then we also have William Macy, who was Maude's husband on the show Maude back in the 70s. Yeah. So that's why a lot of that. And I didn't want to do that, so I chose a family name.
There you go.
One of the last names in my family, and so that's what I use now. That's what I use for that. But there's a lot of that, and the thing is, I mean, it's impossible to find, a truly original name out there. There's been somebody that's had, your name or something like it, and I mean, unless you name it, like the Frank Slifka band, there's nothing,
absurd.
I know.
Yeah. But at the end of the day too, especially in the world we live in, you have to protect yourself legally with these things too. So you kind of have to get it figured out. Because if you don't, labels and all these people are going to take advantage of you, because in some contracts that we know of, labels, if you don't trademark your name, the label has every right to use your name, and they can go and trademark it.
Oh yeah.
And now they don't own your name. You don't own your name. Right. And to me, that's the biggest thing. The name carries the reputation. The name carries everything. You need to own that. It's one thing if the label owns your music and things like that, you're not getting royalties, but it's your name that's attached to that music, which matters. That's your bread and butter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's what's in the public eye, and that's what's being sold to the people. It's like
it's the name, the reputation, so it's like you need to own that, and you got to protect that, and a lot of people don't, and and especially if you want to take the music business seriously or anything, you need to know these things and be on top of it, because people will take advantage of you. You're going to get screwed over somehow, some way. So, yeah.
And none of us thought that was a thing we'd have to pay attention to when we discovered that, hey, jamming with people that we enjoy being around on stage in front of people that like the music we're playing, that sounds like a really cool thing to do. Let's try and do this more often. And then all of a sudden, taxes and lawyers, like business
copyright law. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Like, okay.
We're like, what is all this paperwork? We thought this was just fun little do.
Yeah. Right. Well, and that's the thing too with like these tribute bands. I doubt any of those guys are paying these, the actual band any kind of royalties or anything. Or
well, they're sure supposed to.
Yeah, they're supposed to, but I don't think a lot of them are.
No.
Probably not the smaller ones. The bigger ones that have like had like a name put to them probably were told like at some point where it's like, hey, if you're not paying, you're gonna be like, you're done.
Right.
But at a certain point, it's like you're kind of under the radar, you know, until you hit that point. So there's probably a good handful of, you know, many tribute bands out there that's not even, or cover bands.
Yeah,
cover bands. That's a tricky one too. Like those two, it's like, how does the original artist get any, you know, proper accreditation or anything?
They get money because bars and even people that have jukeboxes and karaoke have to get an ASCAP license.
Yeah.
So that's where, like, when cover bands play, you know, and the thing is too, it's a little bit different with a cover band too, because that's kind of covered under ASCAP. But you know, most cover bands, you know, people that play weddings, people that play events, people that are just like, you know, the local classic rock band down the street at the local dive. They're just playing a whole list of covers. They're not focused on one band. You know, they don't like use the same font in the logo like the band uses, you know, in their logo. You know, people don't go out and, you know, dress and try to actually impersonate them. It's a little, they're kind of taking it a step farther with that.
Absolutely.
You know?
So they're kind of taking it a step farther. And you know, whatever, you know, whether they're dressing like Angus Young or Slash or whatever, whatever they're doing, or making their and wearing the costumes and everything. And well, you know damn well those Kiss bands are having to pay. You know, Gene Simmons ain't going to let that slide.
No, absolutely not.
He's probably got one guy on his payroll that his only job is to sit in front of a computer and find anybody that does a Kiss tribute.
You know damn well, you know damn well that's not getting, you know, nothing's getting past him.
No.
No.
Yeah. You know, but yeah, that's the thing too, you know, making sure that you protect and copyright your stuff.
Yeah.
Out there, because I've also heard, you know, I saw a situation, I guess probably late 90s. I went out to a club. I was a huge Triumph fan growing up, and I'd seen them at concert a number of times, and you know, Triumph had broken up. Rick Emmett was touring on his own, and people expected to come out and see basically Triumph with, you know, two different people as compared with him, you know, but he really was stuck having to do stuff off of his solo albums. And if he did a Triumph song, he pulled out an acoustic guitar and he only played like, you know, one chorus of those songs. He did them like a medley. Because I think the lawyers had that music to where, you know, kind of tied up. So he couldn't really go out and play the whole thing. He could only play like, I think there's like on radio and stuff, there's like a 15-second rule or something where if you go above that, then you have to pay royalties. So I think he was kind of stuck with that because, and it's a shame too, because he does have nice original music, but people, you know, people didn't know it and they wanted to see Triumph. Yeah, they wanted to hear Triumph that night, you know. So it's a shame when people kind of get their hands tied with that stuff, but you know, I guess live and learn, you know.
And that's a lot. That's a whole. We could talk a whole day on how that works when it comes to songwriting credits and this and that. That's a whole nother world too. That it sucks. Like, everything has to be laid out. Everything has to be spelled out before stuff like that happens. Because if you don't get it taken care of or talk about with the band how things are going to work and you get it in writing, those legal situations happen.
Oh yeah, you're right about that.
You have to get it figured out prior.
You sure do. You sure do. So, well, this is awesome here. I mean, you're getting out on the road again. You've got new material that's about to come out. You have a couple of releases listed on your website too. It looks like a vinyl album, at least 2 releases. Is that correct?
Yeah, we do have some prior released music. We released let's see, Back to Bad, I think we've officially sold out of.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Not to release again.
Yeah, so that one's fully sold out. But we have Truth Sells, which is sold out on vinyl, but the CD is still available.
Mhm.
And then we have EP2, which is our most recent EP release we
Yep.
put out
Oh,
in
yeah.
March.
Yep.
So we've got that March release, those 5 songs, and now we're working towards releasing these next 6 for
Sure.
another
Sure.
EP.
Yeah, so like with the old stuff, you know, we changed our style so drastically and everything that that was like phase 1 of the Almas, and that's just forever gonna be
Mhm.
gone.
It's a collector's item
Yeah,
now.
if you've got it, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, it's gonna be worth something one day.
Sure. Sure.
But maybe we'll do exclusive vinyl
Mhm.
pressings or something, you know, on a 10-year anniversary or who knows. But
Yeah.
as of now, it's just True Cells EP2 and what will be, I guess we can call it Too Loud, which will be our next EP that is coming out.
Right.
But you
Right.
can get
Too
it
loud.
at the shows on this tour.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I see that. Yeah. Almost Too Loud at the Super Arcade Bar, Lynchburg, Virginia. Who are
Yeah.
you? Who are you playing with in Lynchburg?
In Lynchburg, let me pull up that sheet here. Let me see. That is a very good question. I am so bad at like just popping the bands off in my head.
Mm-hmm.
Lynchburg.
Hey, we got
Let's
event
see.
pages.
Yeah. Let me see, which one's that?
Yeah,
Is
there's so many
the
spreadsheets. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure there is.
Lynchburg Super Rad Arcade.
Yeah.
Just got that one in recently.
She'll
There's
find
some.
it.
Yeah, there's
It's
some nice places down there.
Yeah, we haven't been in Virginia too much, have
yeah,
we?
we've played Virginia. We play Richmond a good amount. We've played right there on the coastal
Yeah.
areas.
Where's like West
Like
Virginia?
Chesapeake, we've played a good amount of times at Riff House.
Oh yeah, like
Uh,
down near Norfolk or Virginia Beach, that corridor down there. Yeah, that's nice down there. It really is.
Yeah. Yeah, she's looking it up now. She'll find it.
Yep.
it'll pop up.
Yep. In
That's
Atlanta, Georgia, too. August
Yeah.
31st in Atlanta. Who are you? Do you know who you're playing with in Atlanta?
No, that got canceled.
Oh, it
Yeah,
did.
we have to
Okay.
update the
All right.
flyer.
Yeah, the flyer is unfortunately was released back in June,
Mhm.
and that venue decided that they weren't going to work with us.
Oh.
So they released the hold even though it was a confirmed show.
Yeah.
So that is something that we're looking to replace. So anybody in the Atlanta area, if you know anybody, send them our way.
Mm-hmm.
You find that
definitely.
No, I don't have that information on this one.
Yeah, we don't have the information for that Virginia
Okay.
show, unfortunately.
Okay, because there's some
No, I
bands
thought that
have
was one
been.
that was given.
Oh.
Yeah.
But
I was just curious because there's a bunch of bands that are in the Mid-Atlantic Music Marathon that come from Lynchburg, and I thought maybe yeah, there's a couple of them down there that I play quite a bit, and I thought maybe you were playing with them, so I just wasn't sure. You know,
well, I mean,
maybe we can find out if we don't have locals. Maybe we can get one on.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I could definitely put some feelers out and introduce you. You know.
Yeah, that'd be great.
That would be wonderful.
Yep.
Yeah. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, definitely. But
yeah.
I do see Zen West on here, and then Allentown, Inkwell, Super Rad Arcade Bar. That sounds like a cool place. Was that like a Dave and Buster's or something? Or
right? I kind of hope it is.
Yeah.
I'll be disappointed if not.
Yeah.
Yeah, have the trampoline and the giant ball pit and all the arcade games and everything. And
that would be great.
Yeah, excellent. And
That's what
well, this is awesome. It looks like a great tour here, and coming out with new material. Yeah, things are just on the up and up, and I'm really happy for you all.
Thank
you.
Really very happy for you all, and I definitely wish you much success and everything. So again, it's almastheband.com. All of the shows so far are listed there. Looks like through the end of August. And then is the tour, are you planning on branching out into September too, or is it going to be pretty much mostly
Yes.
August? Oh, you are. Okay. And I
Yeah,
guess
it's a
those,
three-legged tour. So
yeah.
the one that you just read off is leg one. We actually just recently released leg two
Mhm.
of the Too Loud tour, and then leg three will be announced in just a couple weeks.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So
Well, good.
yeah,
Good.
so it'll take us into October.
Oh,
Yep.
Actually.
excellent.
Yep, August 13th until October 12th
Yeah.
is our
So
final
about
show.
2 months we'll be out.
Oh,
So
excellent.
you only got some of the dates there.
Mhm.
We'll eventually put out a whole poster of all the shit.
Mhm. Right, right. Well, great. Well, it really looks like things are, you're doing well, and I'm really happy for you. I'm really
Oh,
happy for you.
thank you.
The new, best of luck with the tour, the new material, and everything. Is
Thank
there
you.
anything else, I guess before we wrap up, that you'd like to tell us about or plug or anything?
Well, like I always like to say, always make sure you leave a comment, like, and subscribe
Mhm.
to all our socials and everything, because that helps out the algorithm, even though we hate doing that. We
Yeah.
help the algorithm out, and I'll just share stuff with people. Instead of sharing something through Messenger, talk to your friends about the show, talk
Mhm.
to your friends about the band. Let's do some real communication here. That helps.
Exactly.
And come out to a show. We want to meet you. And
Mhm.
Krista will give you all the handles and socials.
Right.
Yes, I mean, you have already said our website is
Mhm.
almastheband.com,
Mhm.
but we like to keep things consistent throughout. So it's at Almas the Band for everything.
Yeah.
Oh.
Facebook, Instagram,
Mhm.
YouTube, you name it, you can find us. We
Mhm.
can't change our handle for Spotify, so that's just whatever numbers that they have for your user ID.
But
Mhm.
But
yeah, and we're from Wisconsin, not Oregon. Okay.
Right.
yes.
Yes,
So
exactly.
don't listen
Wisconsin.
to the
Yes.
other one. You want this, Almas.
Right, right. So you guys go around with cheese heads on instead of those bright green gloves and going, like that and everything. You're
Exactly. Yeah.
well, great, great. Well, I appreciate you all taking the time to come on and talk to us today, folks. This is a great new band. You've been around for a while, but new to me and new
Mhm.
to anybody else, now. Well worth seeing. I've seen the show. It's a great show. The material's good. I've heard and played the material. The material's good. So what are you doing? Get out and support them. Get out and see them. They're coming to Zen West in Baltimore. All the other dates that are listed. Some Maryland, some Virginia, some Ohio, also Wisconsin, Illinois. Well worth seeing the Almas. The shows are fun. The band, the music's well done. It's a hell of a show, folks. And I urge you to get out and check them out, and keep an eye on their website and support, these bands that are out there doing this, not only do these things like the CDs and the t-shirts and the tickets to shows make great gifts, but more importantly, they also make great experiences.
Mhm.
They make for great experiences, and you're helping some very accomplished and very well accomplished folks realize their dream. So get out there. As I always say, the Almas aren't local band. I mean, they're a touring band, but I always say, get out there and support small business, shop small, support
Mhm.
the artists, because they're the ones doing stuff. People sitting around listening to Bachman Turner Overdrive 5 times a day are not. So that being said, guys, thanks again for joining us today. And again, all of your plugs and all the promotional things are going to be in your show notes of the episode. So thanks again.
Thank
Thank
you,
you
Michael.
so very much for having us.
Sure. Absolutely. So, folks, we've been listening to the Almas here on Foul Players Radio. Thank you for listening, and we will see you next time. Hey, folks, Michael Spedden here. Thanks again for tuning in to our episode with the Almas. A great band, and Frank and Crystal were just great today from the great state of Wisconsin. Almastheband.com is their website, so I would urge you to go there and check it out. They've got a great merch section. They have all their dates are listed, and they'll be coming to a city near you hopefully soon. So make sure you get out and check them out if you can. Remember, Foul Players Radio can be found at foulplayersradio.com, youtube.com/at Foul Players Radio. Remember, too, that we would love for you to hit that like and subscribe button. Tell a friend, tune into our episodes, share them, and paste them wherever you can. We really appreciate it. We try to get out and support our acts that come to us, local acts, national acts. Remember that, buying T-shirts and tickets and music and, again, tickets to shows and things like that. Not only do they make great gifts, they make for great experiences. And remember to shop small, support our artists. Folks, Michael Spedden here. I am signing off, and we will see you all next time. Take care.